Hi, teacher.
Hello, Frank.
Hello.
Give me just 1 second. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
So how was your day? Was it
Um,
good as yesterday or you had meetings today?
no, I had no meetings as well. It was a relaxed day.
It was a pretty relaxed day.
Relax, okay. It was a relaxed day, and it was good.
Great. Nice. Hi, Marjorie.
Good evening.
Long time no see.
I know.
I know that you have, I imagine that you have been really busy, right? At work.
Yeah, this week it's been kind of complicated because of
Complicated. Mm-hmm.
the activities that are involved this month. So
Okay. Do you do like a monthly planning or you are planning like in a weekly basis?
if my job is related with planning,
Mhm.
or if the no, I'm working on human resources, but these times are busy for finance and ask for every area to to do some predictions for the ending of the year and the budget for the next year. So I'm involved in these kind of activities in this moment, and yeah, this is kind of busy. Did you hear me? No.
I hear you, but it
Oh,
look like
I don't know, but
okay.
it's
I can hear you. Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I didn't hear you for the last minute, but I heard that you said that you're working with finances and that they are doing like projections. I imagine like, forecast for the coming months.
I'm working on human resources and finance ask for every area to make these predictions,
This
the
forecast.
forecast for the last, for the full year, and uh, budgets for the next year. So
For
I'm
the
working
next year.
on that.
Yeah, these months are, companies usually do the projections, assumptions, and also like the review of what has been the income, right? For the income versus projection and all that, right?
Yeah, the forecast is about expenses
Expenses.
and the budget is was the normally the
And revenue.
cost.
Expenses, revenue, and all that. Excellent. So I can imagine how busy you were. But don't worry, I understand because it's quite difficult to be working, be studying. It requires a lot of, efforts and energies. And especially because when you're working on that, you usually finish late, I imagine, after your regular shift.
Yeah, because it's a team activity. So my coworkers and I depend both in each other for to do these activities.
All right. Great then, but nice to see you. Nice to see you back.
Thank you.
All right, so I think that I'm gonna share my screen. And yesterday, we were completing certain activities that had to do with technology, because the unit has to do a lot with technology and all that. So we were also discussing with Frank and the other ones that joined the class about grammars. And we were supposed to continue, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to continue with the exercises. We're going to continue practicing. So I'm going to ask you, Frank, to please help me reading the first paragraph until court. And Marjorie, I'm going to ask you to please read from with until forest. So let's
Okay.
get started, Frank. Thank you.
In completely general statements with uncountable nouns, do not use an article before the noun. However, that is required when the noun is made more specific by a modifying phrase following it. Ethics is becoming ethics is becoming an important part of the field of let me make it bigger. Ethics is becoming an important part of the field of genetics. The ethics of cloning should be addressed by experts in the field. Image is an important part of success. The image she projected did not serve her well in court.
In court. Okay, so let's discuss this word, Frank. It's addressed. So the ethics of cloning. Oh, and also when you have the article at the beginning.
Sorry, I can hear you.
The ethics of cloning should be addressed by experts in the field. And in here, this word is
Could you repeat
success.
again all your explanation, because I didn't.
Give me one second. I'm having it my mic. Can you say again? Hello?
Marjorie, do you hear well? Okay, it's my problem. Okay.
No, it's not your problem. I heard you.
And can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Okay, so
Before,
I was saying,
before
now. Okay, good. So I was saying that this is addressed, and this word is success. So you say image is an important part of success.
Success.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Great. So let's move on with you, Marjorie, with certain exceptions.
With certain exceptions, do not use the before. Countries, exception, Philippines, the United Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom, the United States, streets and cities, exception, the huge or Hajj.
The Hague.
The Hague. Individual lakes, bays, islands, continents, mountains, peak, exceptions, the Matterhorn.
Matterhorn.
Do you use the before rivers, oceans, seas, gulf, mountains, range, peninsulas, deserts,
Deserts.
deserts,
Mhm.
and forests.
And forest. Remember that dessert, it's what we usually
Mhm.
eat, right? After the main
Deserts.
dish. And deserts is like the environment, right? When we're talking about the environment. So let's now complete this exercise, taking into consideration the rules that we just read. So considering this, do the nouns in the sentences require a defined article? Write the or X if none is needed. So let's get started. Frank, help me reading number 1, please.
Okay, number one, a large number of oil wells have been drilled in the Gulf of Mexico.
Drilled in the Gulf of Mexico. Thank you.
Drilled.
Now, number 2. Marjorie, please.
Could you please show the rules?
Need it there,
You're
or
muted.
we are to just don't add it? What do you think?
Could you please show the rules?
Second, I don't know what's going on. Just see that you're talking, but I don't hear you. Give me one moment.
Francisco, this is the same book?
Yes, it's the same book,
The
but
blue
I
one?
don't know.
The
I don't
page?
know what page is it, and I'm looking for it. Yesterday we
I'm
were
back,
working
sorry.
on 19 page, but
So you don't have the books, this book? No?
We are looking for the page.
yes,
Oh,
what does
it's the unit 3.
I'm sorry, miss, but your sound is cutting a lot.
My so the one that you have, it's page 19.
19? Okay,
Page
19.
I think this book
You hear me now?
this PDF.
Give me 1 second.
It's different page that we have.
Francisco, for you, this your book
It's
working
not the same.
in a good.
Sorry, Marjorie.
I asking if you don't have problems with your book, because my book give me a message that are on.
No, my PDF opens well.
Okay.
I have no
So I
problem.
think it's my PDF app. Wait, I can see the 3.
You
It's
cannot find a
unit 3.
unit 3?
No, it's not. I think my PDF, my Adobe is not working.
It's not working well.
Working well.
Mhm.
So I don't have unit 3. I have unit 4.
Oh, unit 4.
So-
and I already.
I ask you if you can show the rules, and I copy and.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, because you should have it there.
Miss Ethel, I think you missed my. Can you please show the rules in this part? Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I already took a print screen.
A screenshot. Okay.
A screenshot.
So these ones are the rules that we discussed yesterday, but the ones that we discussed right now are these ones. So you can also take that screenshot.
Okay. Number 2 is there is no room for when discussing safe on nuclear power. I don't know, let me. There is no room for the noun is this sentence requires. Okay. There is no room for frivolity when discussing the safety of nuclear power.
Okay, excellent. Do you agree, Frank?
Yes, I agree.
You agree. Okay, good. Let's go with number 3. Frank.
Okay. And the United States utilize more genetically utilizes more genetically modified food than Europe does.
Okay,
It's an annex.
genetically
Gen-
modified food than Europe does. That's what you
Europe
said,
does.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
good. We're gonna
Genetical.
review later if there should be the article or not. Number 4, Marjorie, what do you think?
Number 4. You shouldn't expect confidentially when you upload anything to the internet. You shouldn't expect confidentially when you upload anything to the internet.
Okay, thank you. Confidentiality. Thank you. Number 5, Frank, go ahead.
In a moment, our experimental driverless vehicle will turn right on Elm Street.
Okay, thank you. This one is vehicle.
Vehicle. Okay. Vehicle.
Great. Thank you. Marjorie, number 6.
Okay. Many people do not believe that the right of animals should be protected.
Okay, great. Frank, number 7.
Okay. And a global warming monitoring station is located on top of Mount Rutherford.
Okay, great. Global. A global warming monitoring station is located on the top of Mount Rutherford.
Okay.
Thank you. And last one, Marjorie, go ahead, please.
I think the human error it's to blame for the majority of aircraft accidents.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. So now let's go and validate the answers. So in number 1, there should be the, as it's already stated there. Number 2, there is no room for frivolity when discussing the safety of nuclear power. Excellent. Very good, Marjorie. I think you said that one. Or it was Frank, I don't remember. The next one is the United States utilizes more genetically modified food than Europe does. So no article here. Very good. Number 4, it's just like it is, like it's stated here. You shouldn't expect confidentiality when you upload anything to the internet, okay? And the following, number 5, it's like that. Just like if it's written down here, no article. Number 6, it's many people do not believe that the rights of animals should be protected. So we have the article the rights. And number 7, as Frank said, no article here, because we are talking about the same example that is here in the box. And the last one, number 8, it's just like this. I think human error is to blame for the majority of aircraft accidents. So really good job. Excellent job. Now, let's move on to the next.
Sorry,
Go
I
ahead.
have a question with the last one.
Mhm.
Because of the rules, and why is without the?
Okay, so in this case, let me see.
Because it's an uncountable?
Exactly. We can, because it's error in this specific sentence, it's not counting how many, right? So it's talking about a general situation. So I think human mistakes, human errors, and so on. So you don't say, I think the human error, unless you are talking about one error in a specifically. So or in something like if you can count that specific error that you're talking about.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
instead of that, I think it should be right? I think human error could be this and that, but not the, right? Because cannot be counted in this specific example. Now, let's go and check on this. What we need to do is fill in the blanks with a definite article, the one that we saw yesterday, Francisco. And I think that Marjorie already took a screenshot. So we need to define if we are going to use a, an, or the, okay? A or an. So you have this already. And look, the administrator is telling me that she just reshared the book. Can you try opening the book, Marjorie, that it's in the WhatsApp chat? Because yeah, it's there. So probably you could, if not, just let me know if you are able to open it and if you are able to see the unit 3.
I'll check it in a moment.
Good. Great. So let's continue then. So this is the exercise about. We have the first example here about energy, right? Energy seems to be on everyone's mind these days. Energy is an uncountable noun, so we use it without an article or an indefinite and definite article, none of them. So let's go with the second one. What do you think about the second one, Marjorie?
This one is people are worried because people are worried because they know the petroleum reserves. I think it's just people.
Just people,
People
no
are,
article.
The people is not I don't know how many. So I think it's people are worried because they know that petroleum reserves are not infinite.
Infinite. Okay.
Infinite.
Great, thank you. Number 3, Francisco, what do you think?
Number 3, I think it's also alarming that the temperature of the hair with the article.
That temperature. Okay, excellent. Number 4, Marjorie, what do you think?
Mute. Many scientists blame the warming of the earth on burning of petroleum paint.
I think you should do 4 and 5 together.
Mm-hmm. Many scientists blame. What is blame?
Blame, it's like, for example, when you are accusing someone of something.
Blame of warming. Okay. But I'm the last class, right?
Mhm.
I'm sorry because I'm
But no worries. I'm gonna ask Frank to help you with the with number 4 and
okay.
5. What do you think,
But
Frank?
I think it's off. I don't know if we look off.
No,
But
just it's just the indefinite and definite articles that are a, an, or da. So of, it's a preposition. So of, it's not gonna be used there.
okay.
Mm-hmm. So just a, an, or da.
Many scientists blame warning of blame of a burning of petroleum-based fuel. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. No
The
worries.
number 4.
We're gonna help you. Frank, what do you think?
And I think it's in the for is the many scientists blame the warming.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure, but I think
Okay, so you both said that warming. Okay, and what about the number 5? Do you think it should have their an article or no?
Burning of petroleum-based fuel.
Okay, so without it, right? Without an article. So let's move on to number 6 and 7. Frank, what do you think?
There is no reason
However,
to. However, there is no reason to give up. I don't understand the whole sentence. There is no reason to give up.
So however, so just let's take a look at the previous sentence, right? So many scientists blame the warning of, as you said, right? The warning of Earth on burning of petroleum-based fuels. However, there's no reason to give up. So do you think it's a hope or the hope or without the article?
To give up the hope. I think it's the hope.
And then as
an alternatives are available.
As an alternatives are available. Okay, great. So we're gonna see later.
No, without an.
Without an, just without it, right? As alternatives. Okay. Number 8, we have here, there is one example is
the wind farm.
The or a.
A collection of winds.
What do you think, Frank? Does it have an a, the, or without anything?
And one example is the.
The, okay. All right, and then another example is, Marjorie, what do you think? Another example is number 9.
The electric facilities.
Hydroelectric.
The
hydroelectric facilities. So do you think it's the or an or a?
I think it's the.
The, okay. Which change, number 10, Frank? Which change?
The energy created.
The energy created by moving water into electric power. Number 11, Marjorie.
I'm sorry, but I don't know what's the rule for the difference to use a, an, or the. I'm just.
Don't worry, we're gonna review them here because this is something that we saw yesterday. So help us reading, please, the first rule. Use an indefinite article.
Use an indefinite article a or an when you mention a singular countable noun for the first time, or no article for plural countable and uncountable noun. When you refer to the same item again, use the.
And here we have an example. So it says, with just one cell from a live or dead animal, an exact copy of the animal can be created. So pretty much what you need to look at is identify if what you are mentioning it's a singular countable noun for the first time, and if it's no article for plural countable and uncountable nouns, as the example says, right? But let's take a look at the second one. If you use a plural noun to make a general statement, do not use an article. However, if you make the same statement using a singular noun, use the or a, an. So help us reading these examples, Marjorie, please.
Technology can already identify thoughts from scans of activity patterns in human brains. Technology can already identify thoughts from scans of activity pattern in the or a human brain.
Human brain, okay? And then we have the other rule, right? That says when making a general statement, do not use an article with uncountable nouns. So for example, technology, education, shopping, love, etc. So DNA offers the longest duration for digital storage. So in those ones, since we are talking about a general statement, we're not using any article. And the last example is use the with superlatives and with sequence markers such as first, last, next, etc. But don't use the with time expressions such as last night or next month, because we never say the last night, right? Or the last month, or last month or next month. They are used without an article. So here the example says, the first attempts identify simple thoughts. So if we go back here, it's pretty much identifying if what you have before or after it's countable or uncountable, or if it's a general statement. So let's try to solve number 11. So just by looking into this hydroelectric facility on, this is a place, right? So what do we use with places? Do we use the or we don't use anything? Based on what we saw here.
In which one?
Number 12.
Paraná River.
Paraná River. So does it have here an article? Yes or no? Based on the rule here. Look at what it says. With certain exceptions, do not use the before countries. So in this case, this is
rivers.
It's not a country, but it's a river.
Not a country.
Mhm. What do you think, Frank?
I'm confused because I said without the.
Without the. Okay.
Without the.
Okay, great. Now, what about number 13? A final example is, do you consider that this sentence could be a general statement or something that we can count or uncount? A
Uncount.
final, So do we use an article here or we just leave it in blank?
Leave it in blank.
In blank, okay, good. Number 15, or number 14, I'm sorry. Is it one of?
Is superlative is the cleanest.
The cleanest, exactly, because there is a superlative here. And number 15.
Is a general statement, I think. Is attracting attention as well.
It's attracting attention as well, or the attention as well. What do you think? Let's leave this one and then we're going to discuss it. So this one, Marjorie, it's one of the ones we were discussing above. Many countries, including
United Arab Emirates.
the United Arab Emirates. And then this one, does it have an article or no?
No, it's Spain, no.
Spain and India, right? No article.
And
Let's review the answers together for a better understanding of the usage. So we have number 1, number 2, no X. People are worried because remember that people, it's a whole, a lot of people, right? So you use probably a lot or just people, but not the people. You use that whenever you are referring to a singular, right? A person, for example. But because it's in singular, but if it's plural, then we just say people and no X. Then number 3 is the temperature, as Frank said, right? It's also alarming that the temperature of the Earth seems to be rising year by year. Number 4, the. Can you help me reading number 4, please, Marjorie? Since many a scientist.
Many scientists believe